And there we go. Hey, everybody. See, we got JJ's in the house, DJ's here, Janet Humphreys here, uh, Ashnet Prepper. We got Carol Princess here. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are all doing well. I keep reading this stuff, guys, and it's just, I'm like, you can't keep making this stuff up. It's just absolutely crazy. Hey, Katrina. We the people's in the house. Patty's here. Philip. Hey, Philip, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. So Nick is in the house. Oh, it's crazy. It's craziness after craziness after it is it is unbelievable. Okay, unbelievable. And I keep reading this different stuff, and I keep saying to myself, why am I reading this garbage? It's garbage. A lot of it's garbage. Uh, and again, you just can't make this stuff. First thing that we're gonna talk about a lot of different things because we're gonna talk about protests. We're gonna definitely get into that, but there's other things that I definitely want to talk about as well. But it's absolute insanity. And so before we get started, let's do this. Before we get started with anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you to please uh, be decent in the chat. If you cannot be decent in the chat, you have these awesome moderators lit up in blue with the blue wrenches, and they will boot you out of here. Okay, so please don't be stupid, and you don't have to leave. If you are, then you'll be gone. It's as simple as that. So let's treat each other with respect and dignity. That's all I ask. All right. So I'm going to give you guys. Uh, okay, so I'm going to show you something first. Okay, and the private stream that I do on Mondays, they know what just happened, but I'm going to give you a tease. I'm just going to give you a tease for right now, okay? So, little tease, and I'm not going to explain anything else right now, but later on I will. And when I say later on, it might not be for another month and a half, but I will definitely let you guys know when, okay? So, I'm just going to put this, turn it so you guys can see. All right. So I'm putting that up there right now. So little tease, and that's all you get on that one. Hello, baby girl. So no more information on that, no explanation, and that's it. uh, what? So anyway, just something to share. Okay, you gotta get down, baby. You gotta get down. Okay, so Um, I did not breed Hella. Actually, by the time I got hooked up with the people that had the German Shepherds, she was already done. She was out of heat. So I could kind of, if I got her around their dogs, it might trigger her to go back into heat, but I'm not going to force the issue. If we can get it all figured out and, down the road here, and if she has puppies, great. And if she doesn't, that's okay too. But I would like to eventually do that. All right. So here is something that we're going to talk about. The first thing, the colossal, unbelievable waste of time, right, of Congress and the Senate. Unbelievable. And folks, you can't, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. You just really can't. So you had Congress impeached Mayorkas, right, because of dereliction of duty and the whole 9 yards, and they had all their reasons. And the southern border is the big hot spot and the big topic for a lot of people. It really truly is. And so what happens today? The Senate dismisses it. The Senate, because the Democrats have the majority in the Senate, they have dismissed all charges. Oh, just, but again, if you know if you know it's not going to go anywhere, right? Congress knew that if they impeached Mayorkas, that it wasn't going to go anywhere because the Senate is, the Democrats, have control of the Senate, and they just dismissed all the charges. And it's a colossal waste of time. It's all these guys are doing, folks. The people that we have voted into office, and they're completely wasting our tax dollars. Yeah, I think a 6-year-old could run the country better. It seems like it, doesn't it? I mean, it's gotten to a point of absolutely being ridiculous. It's a circus. Absolutely, Whispering Pines. You're right. It is an absolute circus. When you let the inmates run the asylum, all right, there's an issue with that. And folks, I'm going to tell you what. Okay, I'm not saying one side's better than the other, because neither one of them are. Okay, and I've talked about this a lot of times. Because people will, oh well, if we just get the Republicans in control, things will be better. If we just have the Democrats in control, it'll be better. They're all a joke. They're all a joke, folks. And at the end of the day, they are two sides of the same coin. They're two wings of the same bird. Okay. At the end of the day, and I've said this many times, and it's a statement that I stand by, they're going to watch out for their rich friends, and then they're going to watch out for the special interest groups that got them elected. That's it. Lesser of two evils, but again, Whispering Pines, what difference does it make at the end of the day when they continue to take away our rights? They continue to tax us to death, right? Every excuse in the world, why gas? Oh, well, it's a seasonal change, and the mix of the gas costs more to make, and so the price goes up for that reason. Or could it be because more people drive in the summer? Could it be when the weather's nicer, people are out and about more? So if they jack the prices up of gas and they use this, little conflict here or that little conflict there as an excuse to continue to raise up the prices of gasoline, and society continues to go, yeah, that's okay. We're all right with that. You know what I mean? At some point, something has to give, you know. Donna M said gasoline went up 20 cents in the last 2 days. Oh, yeah. And again, like I said, it always goes up and then it always comes down a little bit. Like, again, we got gas was over the winter here. Gas, I was getting gas at 2.99 a gallon. And we thought that was good. We thought that was good, right? I mean, if you think, oh, well, that's not bad. Is that where it was 4 years ago? Where was gas 4 years ago? It wasn't 2.98 a gallon, right? But because they had jacked the prices of gas up so high, and then they bring it back down to this, supposedly lower amount, we're going, oh wow, this is great. We're saving money. But at the end of the day, folks, we're not, right? And now again, seasonal change, we jack the prices back up. And again, because people are going to drive more. So right now, we're like I said, here we're paying $3.69 a gallon right here, which is absolutely it's nuts. It's up 70 cents a gallon, since earlier just this year, and that's what, just a couple months ago, realistically. So, all right, JG, yeah, there's a big push to send more money to Ukraine again too. It's just it never stops. It never stops. It doesn't. The insanity is just it just continues and continues. Now, here's another one that I just read, folks, and this happened in North Carolina. So the teacher had an assignment for the students, 16-year-old students. So what, juniors, maybe? Sophomore, juniors, right? And so she said, I want you to do something with alien, using the term alien. So the one student used illegal alien, right? Oh my God. But his Hispanic student in the class was offended. Remember this, right? This Hispanic student in the class was offended because this kid, of course, this white male, probably heterosexual. I mean, my God, how horrible, right? Used the term illegal alien. This kid got suspended from school for 3 days, and because of racism. Really? Really? Now these schools are the feelings police? It's insane, folks. This is insane. We have again the school system. You have the inmates who are running the asylum. I'm gonna share something else with you, okay? And this is coming um, from New York, of course, right? Great state of New York. Oh my God, I miss it so much. I miss it. I really, really do. Not right. Okay, so my daughter, you know, the school district that she went to, they're in the process right now. They're going to be laying off, I think it's 26 teachers over three or four of the different schools. So, your elementary school, the middle school, and the high school. They're laying off 26 different teachers, right? Now, this is after, folks, okay? This is after they've already raised taxes again. School taxes have been raised again this year. So they had this great big meeting, and all the parents were coming, and they're very upset and everything like that. So the administration, what does the administration say? What is the administration? You're gonna love this. You're absolutely gonna love this. So the administration says, well, if we raise school taxes by 30%, I want you to think about this, okay? Raise school taxes by 30%, we can keep the teachers. Here's a concept. Let's think about this. These administrators that are making 180, $190,000 a year, why don't we cut their salaries? Or do they deserve that kind of salary being a school administrator? I don't think so, right? What do they do realistically? I mean, it is Ed, that was at Davidson High School. No, no, Carol, it's not. That's not the school I'm talking about. You must be talking about. It must be happening in more than one place. No, it wasn't Davidson High School. But again, you're having these, and this is like I said, this isn't an isolated incident. Hey, RC Kev, the school taxes are such a scam. Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that 100%. Or I don't disagree with that. I agree with you 100%. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Again, it really does help support the channel. But what about the mayor of Los Angeles pleading for the rich folks to house the homeless? Yeah, exactly. Again, you can't make this stuff up. And our government continues to let illegals, they're streaming, folks. They are streaming across the border. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I got another one for you. You just like I said again, you can't make this stuff up. So I was talking to a gentleman the other day, an Hispanic gentleman. I don't know where he was from because when I asked him, right, and he had a hard time speaking English, which that happens if you've just come into the country and you're not really familiar with the language. Hold on a second. RC Kev, population grows, yet they always need more money. Of course, they always want more money. We'll talk about a little bit more about that in a second. Again, thank you for the donation again, RC Kev. I really do appreciate that. So I asked this kid, I said, "Oh," I go, "where are you from?" And you know what he told me? He goes, "Virginia." Oh, I think I didn't press it, folks. I really didn't because I didn't really want to get into any kind of issue. I just let it go. But clearly, okay, his original origins were not from Virginia. They were not from Virginia because you could tell he was newer to the country. I mean, and no slight against that. I'm not trying to belittle or try to humiliate anybody in any way, shape, or form, but this has gotten out of control. This has really gotten out of control, and and people are being dumped all over the place. They're dumping them wherever they feel like they can and get away with it. And now you have these former sanctuary cities are up in arms like New York City and Chicago, right? uh yeah, some of them Virginia accents are wild. Yeah, right, exactly. It's just it's it's we're losing this battle, folks, because this government, for whatever reason, wants to just let this happen. It's absolutely deliberate, and that's and is it being done for votes? Are they going to all of a sudden say, hey, yeah, now they can all stay and they're all U.S. citizens and they all get to vote? And what happens with that? You know, now you got what, 15, 20 million more Democratic votes that can make a big difference in an election year, couldn't it now? But yeah, JJ's still in the hospital. Yeah, he's dealing with stuff there. Not a whole lot of fun. JJ says, of course it's being done for votes. Of course. Well, they've already proven that first time, leave Virginia alone, LOL. Hey, it's not my fault that they dumped him there. You know what I'm saying? Not my fault. So, but so you got that situation. You got the situation with these schools. That I was just watching another thing, and it was Congress again was grilling, and was it Columbia? I believe it was Columbia, and one of the tenured, of course, tenured professors who has, very openly supported Hamas, and what they did, right? And saying how wonderful it was and all this type of stuff. Now, I want you to let's break that down. And then he told a Jewish student, get out of my class, because when the Jewish student said, well, wait a minute, something's not right. That's not right. You know what I mean? He told the Jewish student to get out of his class. Did he get fired? Right? Did this man get fired because he was saying anti-Semitic stuff in his classroom as a professor, as a tenured professor of Columbia? Was he fired immediately? And we will not tolerate this kind of terrible things that are going on. Did that happen? No, of course not. He was talked to. We talked to him. Now let me ask you a question. And this is not about, folks. This just goes to show the hypocrisy of how our system is now. Okay. Do you think, and we're going to just make a scenario up, right? We're going to make a scenario up. And let's say we have, again, let's go with Columbia, and we have a white professor, right? White heterosexual male professor, right? And he went on the lecture system there and said, it was a good thing that the Ku Klux Klan was doing hanging these black folks. And then if a black student stood up and protested about that, what his statements were, and he said, get out of my class, Blackie. You're not allowed here. I want you out of here. What do you think would happen to that professor? What do you think? Do you think they would just talk to him, right? Take him off a committee? Oh, you can't be on a committee with that thought pattern. No, he would have been out. He would be gone, right? But riots, exactly. Yeah, there would be riots. People would be losing their mind. Immediately, he would be gone. How is that not the same exact thing with this professor? How is that not the same thing? Spewing racism, spewing hate, right? How is it not the same thing? Now, again, see, you and I, we can have a conversation, we can have our opinions, we can think whatever we want to think. But when you're in a position like that, higher learning, and you're influencing minds and you're pushing your views on people, you know, and again, here's the other part you need to think about, right? So you have this students in this guy's class. If they disagree with him, what would he do? Right? He could fire them, or not fire them, fail them, which affects their overall GPA. It could affect their career with Columbia, right? If they don't maintain a certain GPA, maybe their scholarships don't keep going. So again, when is enough enough? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay, we all have our opinions. We all think what we're going to think and stuff like that. But when you are in a job where you are in the public, like that, like you are a professor at a university, you can't be doing stuff like that. You just can't. You know, but you know, it's just it is amazing the way that if one group of people does something, it's vilified. If other groups do it, that's perfectly okay. You look at what was it? Was it Harvard? Was the president of Harvard? She was the first black president of Harvard, and they found out that she had plagiarized like 80% of all of her stuff. It was all plagiarized. She stole it from other, sources and stuff like that. So it wasn't even her own stuff. And finally, after a long drawn out thing, she finally resigned. Why couldn't it be that if you find out that these administrators or these professors, regardless of what color they were, regardless of what their status was or whatever, if they've done something like that egregious, they got to be gone. You can't have those type of people teaching our young people. You just can't, you know. But it's just, it's not going to change, you know. And we continue, it's our fault, folks. It's our fault that we continue to allow this nonsense to go on with these schools, pushing what they're pushing. Um, she is still teaching there, Ed. She just resigned from the presidency. Oh, really, Dawn? I did not know that. That's great. Yeah. So, yeah, I did not realize she was still teaching. Yeah. Why would you want that type of person teaching people? Right? Hey, look at this is how you cheat. Look at that. Here we go. I'm going to show you how to cheat through life. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. And it don't stop. Yep, she's a tenured professor. I'm going to give you an example of something. I had a teacher. I highly respected this teacher in high school. One of my favorite teachers. I had two favorite teachers. I had a fifth grade teacher. His name was Mr. Abbey. Awesome teacher. And then I had Mr. Cox. That he was my 10th grade social studies teacher. Okay, these two men I respected a ton. Great teachers. They actually cared about the students. And so, but anyway, he had told me I had sat down with him like after I had got done with high school. I would stop by once in a while and I would go and visit him, and I'd sit down, we'd drink a beer, and we talk about life and everything else. And he was telling me how they had teachers at I graduated from Cal Mum, okay, and he was like they had teachers that were there that were horrible, horrible, horrible teachers, but because they got tenure, they can't get rid of them. And yep, they can't fire them. So I mean, how crazy is that? They had I think it was out in California. They had a teacher out there that was accused of sexual misconduct, right? And because he was tenured, they couldn't get rid of him, so they had to have him separated someplace else. And it was like a process that was going on for over 2 years with him to see if they could get rid of him. What? I am busy, ma'am. Hey, I'm busy. Do you hear me? Okay, you got to go down. Stop. Go. Um, yeah, the whole world has gone insane. It's if she always wants attention. She wants to be up my behind every minute. Believe me, she's a good dog though. Like I said, and I'll say it again, best dog I've ever had in my entire life. So, but she's a little spoiled, and she is a daddy's girl. So anyway, why don't we talk about protest? Right, I was talking about that in the beginning of the stream. The title is about protest. So you have just recently, obviously, all over several different states, California, New York, I believe Chicago as well. You had protesters blocking off bridges, right? Blocking. I spoil her too much. That's all right. I don't care. It's my dog. I'll continue to spoil her. But you had all these protesters protesting. Palestinian protesters. Blocking off bridges because they want to be heard. Why were they not all arrested, pulled off those bridges, disrupting traffic? Listen, you want to protest? Stand on the side of the road somewhere, protest all day long till you're blue in the face. You should not be allowed to be blocking off traffic. Good thing I wasn't in the lead car because I know what I would do with protesters. I don't care what they're protesting. All right. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it was the Golden Gate Bridge. Yep. Yes, it was. Um, I know what I would do. I'm not going to stop if you're going to block the road. That's your own stupidity. I'm going to continue on down the road. You'll see that all the time. They'll show that the protesters are getting dispersed because people have had enough. People have had enough, folks. People are really getting tired of all this rhetoric and stuff like that. All the agendas that are being pushed on our children. I am very grateful that my kids have graduated from high school. Um, did you see they tried that in Florida? They were dragged off, cuffed, and arrested. Good. I did not see that, but good. And that's how it should be. That's absolutely how it should be. Yeah, a snowplow. Get a big old snowplow. They'll get out of the way. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can, like I said again, if you don't like what's happened, if why are we allowing people in this country to sit there and chant "Death to America"? Why are we allowing that? You came here. You wanted to come to this country. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to chant death to America. Then leave. If you don't like it, if we are so horrible as Americans, get out of our country. Nobody forced you to come here. So there you go too. Nobody forced you to come here. At Washington State, kids have to pick their sexual orientation by 10 years. Well, that's insane, Winter Homestead. That's absolutely insane. They don't know what they want to do at 10 years old. They don't know what they want to do. I'll give you a good example of something. I'm going to use my sister Becky. You guys have seen my sister Becky, right? Good looking girl, you know. Um, Becky was a tomboy, big time tomboy. I mean, she played. It was my sister, myself, my cousin Terry, and my cousin Doug. We would play football, and Becky was right in the mix of that. She was a tomboy, and then she got to a point where she was like, okay, well, I don't want to be a tomboy anymore, and so she stopped. But in this society today, if she had had those tomboy tendencies, what would they have done? Would they have cut off her breast, filled her full of hormones, and said, now you're a man? That's insanity. If they're 18 and they want to do what they want to do, go at it, have at it, do what you got to do, right? I don't, and again, I don't care what anybody. Once you're an adult, you can do whatever you want to do. But when you are a child, and when I say a child, I mean you're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. You really don't know what you want, right? They're not allowing you to vote, right? You can't even at 18, you can't even buy a pack of cigarettes anymore. You got to be 21 years old to buy a pack of cigarettes. You can't buy alcohol in this country until you're 21 years old, right? So, but thank goodness, once you're 18, you are old enough to fight and die for your country. So isn't that wonderful? We'll give them guns then. And there's the other thing. They're the big push to they're not mature enough. They shouldn't be able to buy guns until they're 21. You know, what's up with that crap, right? But yet, if you go in the military, they're going to put a gun in your hand then, I guarantee you. All right. And if your parents sign a waiver and you went in at 17, guess what? They're still putting a gun in your hand. So, it's insanity. The whole thing is this country has absolutely lost its mind. The whole political correctness nonsense is ridiculous. It really is. The feelings police, everybody's offended. Well, if you're offended, guess what? Tough crap, right? Who cares if you're offended? If you don't like, see, here's the beauty, like with YouTube, right? If you don't like my channel, am I forcing you to watch my channel? Absolutely not. So you can have the option to go, I don't like this guy, right? Maybe you don't like me because I have a shaved head or I have a goatee or I have earrings. Oh my God, why does this guy have earrings? I've heard all that crap all through the years, right? If you don't like it, then don't watch. It's simple. Go watch something else. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm not going to change who I am, how I do things to make a small group of people happy. Not going to do it. If you don't like it, tough. That's how it goes. So go ahead and scream and yell and protest and do all that type of stuff. Fantastic. Have fun with it because I don't care. I will not apologize for my opinion, for my thoughts. I have the right to my thoughts just like anybody else has the right to theirs. Does that make them right and me wrong? No. Does it make me right and them wrong? No. It's just a matter of a difference of opinions. We need to get back to where we were before, that we can agree to disagree. That doesn't happen anymore, folks. If you don't agree with this group of people screaming and yelling over here and give in to them, then you're bad, you're a misogynist, you're a racist, you're this, you're that, you're whatever. You know, it's absolute complete and utter nonsense. We need to stop it. We need to stop these schools and doing all the crap that they're doing. Bob C said the sad part is half the people in this country will be voting the same idiots in office. Again, why do we not have more choices? Right? Why don't we have more choices? We can't come up with better options than what we have. That doesn't make any kind of sense to me either. Makes no kind of sense to me. So, what do we got? 340 in the chat, guys. We got 153 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. It really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. So I do appreciate it for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I do appreciate that. So, but yeah, it's gotten nuts. It's absolutely gotten nuts. And I think a lot of people are tired of it. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. I think you're going to see continued more and more protest. Why? And again, so here's another thing that I have. Okay, because this small group of people in different parts of the country are unhappy with the government's decision to back Israel. We've backed Israel, folks, for a long, long time. Okay, we've had Israel's back for a long, long time. And so, because this small screaming group of people over here don't like it, right? Tough. Too bad. Why is our president being so wishy-washy to try to cater to this group of people over here or that group of people over there? You know, they need to start looking at what the majority of people want, right? I believe, and I may be mistaken in this, but I believe the majority of people in this country would like our southern border to be taken care of and not just let everybody come in. Because I'm going to tell you what, folks, guess who's paying for them? It ain't the government. The government's not paying for them. We are. It's our tax dollars that are paying for this nonsense to go on. And when you have the pilot program in New York City, where they're giving $1,000 a month on a credit card for them to go buy food. What about our homeless veterans? What are they giving our homeless veterans? Right? What are they doing to help them? Are they putting them up in hotels and taking care of them? Are they giving our homeless veterans free health care? Right? Whatever you need, we're going to help you out, brother. Nope. We screw them. We've used you up and you're a piece of garbage now and you're kicked at a curb. And if you try to tell me, guys, oh, the VA is so wonderful, the VA is not so wonderful. It really is not so wonderful. It's just, it's insanity. It's insanity. And, it's just not going to change until enough people have had enough and do something about it. Mountain Man says, I'm not prejudiced. I hate everyone. Now, see, you messed up with that a little bit, Mountain Man. I got you one better. I always tell people I hate everyone equally. See? So there you go. I don't hate this group more than the other. I hate everybody equally. And people wonder why. People wonder why. Why do you want to live in the woods in the middle of nowhere? I wonder why. right? So I think that YouTube is throttling down the live stream. It happens. There's a lot of games being played um, with that as well. They'll mess up the stream. Like I'll be fine and my connection's good and I'm putting out my information, but other people are trying to watch and they can't because of you know it's delayed or there's a problem and they can't see it. It's YouTube's full of games. Oh, we can share this one. Remember, everybody keeps asking me how come I haven't gotten my play button for hitting 100,000 subscribers. I talked to somebody yesterday, and they were saying that there was another YouTuber that just hit 200,000 subscribers. Okay, and he finally got in contact with YouTube, which is almost impossible to do, folks. By the way, okay, and he asked them, "How come I haven't gotten my play button yet?" And they said, "Because we don't like your content, what you're putting out there, so we're not going to give it to you." So what do you think that means for me, huh? I'm sure my content isn't content that goes along with the liberal agenda. So I'm sure that I will never get it, which it is what it is. I mean, if you earn it, you should get it. But that's part of the games. When you have those people running stuff, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I know a person that is a pharmacist in the VA, and the VA does not care about our military personnel, bare minimum. It's unfortunate that does happen quite a bit. Yes. So, but it's there's always going to be games, folks, and it's not going to stop. And once you come to that realization, you just go, okay, whatever. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You just keep putting out content, and if people come and watch, then great. If they don't, then they don't. It's a silver, yes. It's a silver play button. When you hit 100,000 subscribers, you're supposed to get a silver play button. So, yeah, make my own, right? Know what? It would be nice to have it, sure, but does that define who I am? No. You know what I mean? So if they want to withhold it for whatever petty reasons that they come up with, then that's on them. It just goes to show their character, right? That's all it is. It just goes to show their character. And but we pretty much already know what that character is, right? So I mean, it's not like it's a big surprise. So, yeah, and I don't need YouTube's approval. Exactly. I'm going to continue to do what I do. If people like it, then great, and if they don't like it, then that's okay too. You know what I mean? I like I said, it's not necessarily anymore a free country. They keep saying it's a free country, but realistically, is it? Hey, RC Kev, honest question. Do you prep entertainment books, DVDs, also um, making YouTube money? Does it matter what the content is? Um, like I said, once a channel has been targeted, I guess is the right word, RC Kev. Once a channel's been targeted, it's tough to come out of that. It really, really is. As far as entertainment, what I have been stocking up for a long time. Books, absolutely 100%. Not DVDs, no, but like board games, cards, chess, all those type of things. So for we have what do they call that game? One of the guys made the cornhole. Cornhole's a game. We have Uno. Yep, we have Uno, Skippo, all those type of things. So we got a lot of entertainment. That we would use. Like say, deck of cards to play poker if you want to play poker, or spades or whatever you wanted to play. So we know there's a lot of things that we can do for entertainment. So that's yeah, cribbage, Dawn said. So I'm a big euchre player, played euchre a lot. So did you see the flooding in Dubai? I did not. No, I did not see that. I know that Japan had another earthquake, pretty significant, what, a 6.4, I believe. And Yahtzee. Yep, I have Yahtzee as well, Michelle. That's a good one. Yep. Dice. I have dice. Yep, drawing supplies and all that type of stuff. So we did get more bees. We ended up getting two hives. We got two hives started now. Today, actually, today is a week. Today is a week. So actually, this weekend coming up. So probably I'm going to say Saturday. I'm going to go and I'm going to pull all the trays out one at a time in each hive. And I'm going to look to see if there's any queen cells on there. And I will do a video on that so people can watch and see. But if there are queen cells in there, I will be taking them off because you don't want that. It's too early. And so, that's what, we'll just see what happens there. But it should be interesting. I'm keeping a better eye on them and trying to listen to the advice of people that know what they're talking about. I tried doing that last year. Obviously I did make mistakes. Euchre is a Michigan thing. It's a New York thing too. It absolutely is a New York thing too. What exactly happened to the last batch? What they call it absconding. So what they did is they just left. And I guess that happened to a lot of hives last year. So they were there and then they were just all gone. So, I think one of the mistakes that I made last year, I stopped feeding them the sugar water too early. I should have done it longer and, let them really build up a good batch of honey. So, we'll see. I'm going to probably continue to try to feed them the sugar water longer. But like right now, I'll give you an example of something. I was like, holy crap, when I went to Walmart and I picked up a 25-pound bag of sugar. It's now $20 for a 25-pound bag of sugar. So I'm like, holy crap. So, but yeah, it's just, one of those things. I mean, just one of those things. So, but yeah, but it's a learning curve. It's a learning process. Hopefully, because we went with two hives this year instead of just one, hopefully it'll go better, and we can expand them. That's part of the plan, and so we'll see what happens. So, but they're going to do what they're going to do, and we're going to try to help them and try to hopefully they're successful, and we'll go from there. But anyway, what do we got? 337 in the chat, guys. We got 198 thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you again to please do so, to show support for the channel. And again, I do appreciate that ahead of time. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Again, it really does make a huge difference also with the algorithm. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. Like likes, comments, shares, any of those things you want to do for the channel, that would be great. And I do appreciate that. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. So, where do I see the U.S. dollar going in the next few years? You know, I've talked about this a little bit before. We cannot continue to do what we're doing right now. We cannot continue to spend, and not have consequences for that. When you have China setting up BRICS, and people aren't talking about that, okay? They're getting away from the petrodollar, and they're going to be trading in the yuan, which is the Chinese dollar. There's a lot of countries that have already signed up to be part of BRICS, which means they're moving away from the petrodollar and what we do with the United States. That's one of the reasons why I really strongly feel that we will see conflict with China, because, again, as the predominant superpower of the world right now, the United States cannot allow it. Can't allow it. Can't allow it to happen. You look what happened. Well, I'm going to give you two countries, and they both did the same thing. You had Libya and Iraq. Now, even though Iraq attacked, Kuwait, we put them back, stopped there, let it go. Then, 10 years later, we went back. All right. What were the two things that Libya did and Iraq did? They were putting their oil on a gold standard, away from the petrodollar. Could we allow that to happen? Absolutely not. We could not allow that to happen because that could be something that would be very successful, right? Could be very successful. So they could not allow that to happen. And there's a lot of things that are done that are not in the interest of other people in other countries. It's in what our interests are, meaning the United States of America, and the powers that be that are in control. So, all right, really quickly, we're going to go ahead and do the egg count. So, how many eggs today? And yes or no for the white hen? I'll let you guys get your guesses in right now, and we will go from there. So, give you guys a moment to get your guesses in, and then we'll figure that out. A lot of crazy stuff going on, guys. Again, protests are on the uptick again. I think it's going to be a very tumultuous summer. That's my opinion. Depending, and I love this. I just saw this again. Another. They keep throwing these little polls out there. It says Trump's lead in the polls has diminished. Biden is catching up. Based on what? Realistically. And I'm not looking at it as a Republican or a Democrat. What's it based on? What's he catching up on from? He's a disastrous southern border that is still not fixed. They're not doing anything to fix it, right? And who did they put in charge, right? They put Kamala's in charge of that. What has she done? It's ridiculous. Nothing, right? She's done nothing. And then you have the debacle of Afghanistan, which of course they blamed on Trump, even though he wasn't the president, right? So, all right, egg count. If you had the same guess as, hold on, let me go back and just double check. All right, if you had the same guess, I remembered, but I didn't remember. If you had the same guess as Village Homestead with 5 eggs today and yes for the white hen, then you are 100% correct. So, congratulations to Village Homestead. You are the winner of the egg count and you've won absolutely nothing, but you are happy about it. So, that is a good thing. So, see, he even says, I won nothing and I'm happy. See, that's awesome. That is awesome. But anyhow, so congratulations on the win. Yeah, they've been pretty consistent, guys. I got 6 eggs yesterday. Like I said, the 5 today. They've been pretty consistent. Now the weather's getting warmer, so they're definitely laying consistently. I definitely. Oh, we're gonna mess you guys up. I was talking with Paul and Barbara, a couple members of my group, and they have an Easter egger. Okay, so I said, "Oh yes, yes, I want the Easter egger." Because what does that mean? What will that mean? We'll have 7 hens. We'll have one that lays a white egg, one that lays the blue egg, or I mean the green egg, and then we'll have the other one that lays other 5 lay the brown eggs. So that'll be a tougher guess for people because then they got to go yes for the white hen, no for the white hen, yes for the Easter egger, or no for the Easter egger. So it'll make it much more fun when we do that. So, but yeah, so they're gonna bring her down. I could probably like 3 more hens would be ideal. That would be the most that I would want with what I have as far as that goes. I mean, I have so many. I keep getting a lot of eggs, so and I'm not eating them as fast as I'm getting them. So, but that's okay. It's still fun. It's enjoyable, and like I said, whenever I want eggs, I go, oh, okay, I got plenty of eggs. So, but a naming contest for the new chicken. We'll figure that out. Yeah, like I said, we've already named the gray hen, right? She's Jenny or Jennifer. We have the white hen named. She is Betty. The black hen is Wheezy, and the rooster is George Lucky Jefferson. We just have the other 3 brown hens. We got to figure out what we're going to name them, and I really haven't figured that one out yet. So I can dehydrate the excess eggs. Yes, I can absolutely do that. So we may do something like that. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, you got to name the hens, right? I mean, it's all part of it. They're part of the family. So is there any other color besides white, green, brown? Yeah, you there's blue eggs. There are chickens out there, Vlad, that lay a black egg. There are chickens out there that lay black eggs. So a lot of different varieties of chickens. And so you got, like I said, you got the blue eggs. You have the green eggs, which is your Easter eggers, and like I said, you got white eggs. Obviously, everybody knows about white eggs because that's. I don't know why is that with the stores. Why is it only white eggs in the stores? Why don't they sell brown eggs in the stores? I don't. I never figured that one out. Who decided? Oh, well, we're not going to have brown eggs. We're just going to have white eggs. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, there's a lot of different colors. It races down. That is freaking hilarious. Yeah. The racist eggs. Their eggs are racist. Vlad said, I've never heard of black eggs. And yeah, it's not. There's speckle eggs too. Yeah. Janet was saying. But they sell brown eggs in Winn Dixie. Oh, okay. Well, that I did not know. They do sell brown eggs. Okay. I just, I'd never, let's put it like this, from up in New York, I don't remember ever seeing brown eggs sold up at there. That's, you know, but California has the brown ones, but they charge more. That's crazy. That's just, I don't get it. But yeah, there's a lot of different varieties of birds. And so they're like I said, to me, it's just fun. All that with the chickens, it's just, they're entertaining. They're definitely fun. And, but yeah, it is what it is, right? I mean, but anyway, I think this year's going to get interesting. And if things, and again, I'm not that the news media is the legacy news media is biased in any way, right? Oh, of course they're not biased in any way. New York has always sold. I never saw them, Chad. That's what did I just say? I never saw it. I never saw them selling brown eggs. That's all I was saying. So maybe they did. I don't know. I never saw it. That's all I was saying. So yeah, Jersey Giants are big, big chickens. Yep. Yep. At one point, brown eggs were almost $7 a dozen. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's absolutely nuts. Again, it's always something. Always something. But anyway, eggs are going way up in price again, but so is everything. Oh my God, yeah. Like I said, everything has gotten, so if you guys remember, let's talk about this for a second, right? So Biden got on TV and was saying, oh, these grocery stores are overcharging and I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to have the prices so that they come down. What happened? Have the prices come down? No. No. It's just it's crazy. So, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I just don't get it. I don't understand how so many people are so easily manipulated, to be honest with you. Um, and obviously, from recent events in our past, recent history within the last few years, it was a great indication of how easily people are manipulated, right? But people want to, I don't remember. What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, right? Oh my God, I got to tell you guys this one. Where was I at today? I got to remember where I was at. Okay, so I was out today. and I'm always looking at trees. Okay, so I had gone to Lowe's, and then I went over to Walmart. And I love this, guys. I love this. I love this. I got to tell you, it's one of my favorite things to see. So I'm out there and I'm looking at the trees, comparing prices and seeing what they have and stuff like that. And I almost pulled the trigger on getting some more trees at Walmart because they were selling their trees for like $30 a piece today. You went over to Lowe's and it was almost $50 a tree, but they were a little bit bigger trees, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. So I'm kind of up in the air of what I want to do, but we'll figure all that out. That's another whole thing. But while I was in Walmart, I saw the lady doing her shopping, doing her shopping. Not only with this on, right? So she got that on, she got the gloves on too. And I'm like, oh my God, really? I just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm like, and I never said anything. I am beyond that point of trying to educate anybody. I'm not going to bother anymore, because when I have talked to people, and said something, they don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. And so, um, anybody out there, if they want to live in delusion, then they're more than happy to do so, and I wish them the best of luck. So maybe she was a tree surgeon. Could have been JJ. I'm sure she was. Sure she was. So yeah, it's crazy. It's just craziness. And I look at people and I go, why? You know. So to each their own. You know. I mean, we ate dirt, drank out of hoses. You know. Um, like I said, we I don't know. We grew up in a different time. I grew up in a different time. You know, come home when it gets dark. That's what we got told. Now I didn't do that with my kids. Obviously, you couldn't, because the way the world has gone. But I had to keep them protected because there's way too many bad things that could happen out there. So, oh yeah, everything that the media tells them, whatever it is, they just hook, line, and sinker. Never do, never do any research. No way, never happen. Hey, Denise, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. So, hey, full of hope. Sorry I fell asleep. That's okay. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Very much appreciated. Now, listen, if you are a compromised individual, all right, and you know, you need to protect yourself, that's absolutely one thing. But, you know, you can't live in a bubble. I mean, like I said, if you're undergoing cancer treatment, something like that, I get it. I truly get it. That's another reason why I don't say anything. That's another reason why I don't say anything. But because you don't know why they're doing it. You just see it, and because of recent history, I am skeptical. I guess you know that's why I automatically my thoughts go to a certain way, and I go, oh my goodness, you know. But still, now that's always interesting. But still, my favorite, folks, my absolute favorite is when they're driving in their car all by themselves and nobody else is around and they have their mask on. That is still my favorite. That just shows the genius of a lot of people now. So, those of you that are compromised, is there a reason why you would wear a mask while you were in the car by yourself? That's a question. I'm not, well, I am judging, but that's the question. Or riding a bike. Yes, I've seen that too, Denise. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, do what you want to do. If it makes you happy and it gives you some semblance of safety, Have at it. You know, like I said, I just somebody said Uber drivers driving by themselves. You haven't picked anybody up yet. Again, thank you for making an excuse for people, though. That's okay. You can make an excuse for people. I like to think of it other reasons why, but uh, Philip said I saw a guy mowing his mask or mowing his lawn with a mask on. That could possibly be Philip. That could be allergies, and I'm not, not justifying anything, but some people do have a lot of issues with allergies, so that's why I have seen that. Okay, I have seen that. So I'm not saying that that was the case, but each situation is different. But there's a lot of them out there. Okay, there is a lot of them out there that are not doing it because of allergies. They're not doing it because they're compromised in any way, shape, or form. They're doing it for other reasons. And like I said, to each their own. And like I said, I just look and I shake my head and I go, "Isn't that nice? That's wonderful." Again, if it makes them happy, then go for it. Like I said, again, free country. You can do what you want to do for the most part, free, I should say, not completely free. So I had a friend who died mowing her lawn because of allergies caused severe asthma attack. Oh no, like I said again, that's what I did. I not just say that allergies could be a reason why. So yeah, off grid living. My father-in-law was a heart patient. Yeah, again, like I said, there are exceptions to the rule, but when you see a lot of people doing it, a lot of those people are not compromised. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Everybody's not compromised. Everybody doesn't have allergies. Everybody is not a cancer patient. All those type of things. Again, do whatever you got to. Whatever you do that gives you peace of mind, you have at it. But here's the thing: don't tell me that I have to do what you're doing to make you comfortable. How about that? Is that fair? Right? That's the way I look at it. If you're uncomfortable, then get away from me. All right? I'm not living my life in fear. I'm not doing it. Okay? I'm just not doing it. So, anyway, that being said, uh and I'm not giving medical advice and I'm not telling you what to do. So please don't think of it that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I make observations. That's what I do. I make observations. You can do whatever you want to do. So that's where I'm at with that one. All right, we're going to do some shout outs. We're going to start out with Heavenly Hills Homestead. That's Ryan growing giant vegetables. Real good guy. Be really interesting to see what he does this year. You have Icky Can up in Canada doing his thing up there, taking care of his animals, living off grid. Really interesting to watch what he's doing as well. You have Angry Prepper, that is Jason. Jason, again, is a good guy. Definitely check him out, guys, and see what he's up to. Really interesting information on his channel as well. You have Alaska Prepper, that's Rudy, another really nice guy, very down to earth. Highly recommend watching him. There's Alaska Granny. You have the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, two different channels, same guy, living up in Canada, master builder, living off grid, doing his thing. Love to watch him build. I mean, I've never seen anybody like him before. He is very, very proficient at what he does, and he enjoys it. So that's kind of neat. You have Demcad. I think he's down in Kentucky now, if I'm not mistaken. Real good guy as well. Definitely worth to listen to. You have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks doing his thing up there. There is Bizarizza Jizza doing the Carrington Chronicles. It's a really interesting story. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Marfugal News, Adam and Dax out on the West Coast doing their thing out there. Very interesting guys as well. Definitely worth a listen to. Where am I? We have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wranglestar. That's Cody, good guy. A lot of good information on his channel. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Red Poppy Ranch. You have Survival Lily coming at us from across the pond in Europe, giving you information of what's happening over there. There's Kyle's Cabin. Kyle and Sierra doing their thing in Minnesota, living off grid up there. Nice young couple. There is Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods. Husband and wife team, two different channels, really good people. They split their time between Michigan and Alaska. A lot of good information on their channels. You have Green Greg's, another good guy, definitely worth a listen to. There is Southern Prepper One with his Boots on the Ground series, really interesting series. Let you know what's going on around the country, so it's really cool that way. There is Gray Man Prepping. You have Doug and Stacy. Doug and Stacy have been around a long time. Good channel, chock full of a lot of good information. Definitely worth a listen to. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Another young couple living off grid down in Panama, doing their thing down there. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona, living in the desert, showing you what it takes to live in the desert. Really interesting to watch them as well. There's Camping with Steve, Steve Wallace doing stealth camping. More entertainment, but a lot of fun. You can definitely pick up tips watching his channel. There is Bush Doctor Survival. You have Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time. Good channel as well. A lot of good info on her channel. Boss of the Swamp, another master builder. Very interesting to watch what he does, and definitely worth a listen to. So I like his channel as well. There is Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond is a really smart guy. I'll give you all the information you need to know about the Grand Solar Minimum and everything that's going on. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. Very family friendly oriented channel. She's a straight shooter. She says it like it is. I like her channel as well. There is City Prepper. You have Lumina Acres. There is Suspicious Observer, letting you know what's going on with the sun, the solar flares, and all that type of stuff. Definitely interesting as well. There's Bear Independent. You have the Uneducated Economist. There is Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. You have Mary Greeley News. Mary Greeley's been around a long time too. Gives you all the latest information of what's going on with the earthquakes around the world, with Yellowstone, and everything to do with that as well. There is Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There's Truth Be Told with Tara. If you're going to get your weather, folks, there's only one guy you should be getting your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall, y'all. Ryan Hall is very passionate about the weather. He's also a really good guy and gives back to the community when there's a disaster. Really passionate. I like his channel a lot. There is Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand. He gives you the information. He lets you decide what you want to do with it, and I think that that is an interesting way, to handle that situation as well. Just give us the info and let us make the decisions what we want to do with it. There is Deep South Homestead, another very family friendly oriented channel. Definitely worth to listen to as well. You have the Outsider up in Maine doing his thing up there. Very cool. There is Betting on Alaska. Young man is the son of Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, starting his journey up in Alaska to live off grid. Nice young man. Definitely worth to listen to. Great voice for radio, too. I mean, or to be a narrator, anything. You never know this kid was 18 years old. You have the Fit Farmer, Prep Rebel. You have Simple Life Reclaimed. Then there's Townsend's. Townsend's is giving you the information of what it's like to live in the 1800s. Definitely worth to listen to. You have the Prepared Mind. There's Pinball Preparedness. You have East Tennessee Preparedness. There is the Economic Ninja. And last but not least, Little House Off Gritty, also down in Tennessee. A lot of good channels out there. I know you guys put other channels out there in the chat as well, which is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. I do believe we should be supporting each other. We're a small niche community, and we should not be fighting amongst each other. We should be celebrating each other and supporting each other, and hope everybody is doing well. So that's why I do the shout outs, and I think that that's important. So Anyway, again, I'm going to continuously always encourage you to prepare. Always tell you to prepare. Get ready. Be as ready as you possibly can be. I don't want you guys to be victims. If you are not prepared, you can become a victim really, really quickly. If you are more prepared, it gives you an opportunity to decide what you want to do. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Am I bugging in? Am I staying here? Am I going someplace else? It affords you time to to think about what your game plan is. When everybody else is panicking, if you are prepared, you're not going to panic. Natural disasters will continue to happen. They're not going to go away. They're going to continue to happen every single year. So again, you know, that's one of the main reasons why you should be prepping is because of what the uncertainty and the unknown. That's important. And again, if the big situation eventually does hit, then you go, okay, I'm ready to deal with this, even if it's not like a long term situation, you're ready to be able to deal with whatever. Power goes out. How am I heating my house? How am I keeping my family warm? Am I going to be able to keep the freezer going? Am I going to be able to, have lights? Again, all these things make a difference. Definitely make a difference. So, but that's important. So the more prepared you are, the better situation you're going to be in, and then when something does happen majorly, you're ready for it. So that's just my thing. And just a heads up, 359 a gallon as of today in upstate New York. Okay, man, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know why it is as high as it is down here. Generally, the gas down here is much cheaper than New York. So I don't understand why it is as high as it has been down here. It doesn't make any sense. Now I do have one place that I can go down here that I can get gas at 338 a gallon. So obviously that's the place I'm going. It's not on the main stuff. It's off the beaten path. So that's where I go. 315 on Tap Road in Syracuse. So that's not bad at all. I mean, how sad that 315 you go, oh, that's not bad. It's still bad. It's not $1.98. It's not, $1.80 a gallon, but we've been programmed. We've been manipulated, if you will, where we go, oh, that's not terrible. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting, folks. Prepare to pay more and more and more, and that's again, that's why we do what we do. That's why we do what we do. So anyway, let's do this. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? We got Treesaw, is in Minnesota. Oh, up in Minnesota there. Franklin County, Ohio for Camp, yeah, Comet Moon. Philip down in Melbourne, Australia. Good day, Philip. Glad to have you here. Daniel from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Ontario, Canada with Dave. Southwest Ohio with Barbara. Leesburg, Florida with Joan. Fleming, New Mexico with Chloe. Southwest Chicagoland, Lori in California. Newark, New Jersey with CJ. Janet in BC, Canada. We have Missouri and the Ozarks with Delbert. Got California's in the house. Birdsboro, Pennsylvania with Melissa. Orlando, Florida with Dan. Western New York with Karen. We got Tim in Northern Virginia. Off Grid Living in Missouri and the Ozarks. Morning Light coming at us from West Virginia. Estes, Florida with Simple Man. We have Vancouver, Washington State with Gray. Eddyville, Kentucky with Sherry. We have the Mojave Desert of California with Dave. Katrina, Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Ranger coming at us from East Central Illinois. Southeast Tennessee with Terry. Charlotte County, Florida with Gloria. Palatica, Idaho with Janita. Columbus, Ohio with Dee. Nixa, Missouri with Kelly. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. We have Kevin coming at us from Michigan. Omaha, Nebraska with Brian. West Central Ohio again with Dale. Sean, the Englishman from Chatham, Ontario, Canada. We got Northern Ohio with Deborah. So, again, guys, all over the country, all over the world. Huge, huge network of people. We're the ones that can truly make a difference. We can make a difference now. We got Matt coming at us out of Manchester, England. Village Homestead out of Central New York, our egg count winner this evening. All over the place. We can make a difference with trying to wake people up. And I still think we should try as much as we possibly can because everybody that does listen, everybody that does wake up is one less victim. It is also one less person trying to take your stuff. So think about that again. You do it for selfish reasons for that as well. But I believe it's important that we should try to help people if we can. So if we can educate people, wake them up, that's great. If they don't, then they don't. But again, when the time comes, they're going to be very perceptive, very receptive to listening to what we have to say after an event. So again, but if we can help people get out of that rut, and again, you don't have to do it about, oh, the big thing and get ready for the end of the world as we know it. It doesn't have to be about that. It's just tell them to prepare for natural disasters. Whatever area of the country that you're in, there are natural disasters that happen every single year. So we got Bob from Southern Connecticut's in the house. So again, that's something else that we need to think about. So, but anyway, I want to thank my moderators, folks. They do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Very much appreciate what you do for me, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. It does mean a lot. I appreciate all the support from you guys watching the channel, watching the streams, watching the videos that we're posting. I hope you're enjoying them. And, just continue to try to give you updates of what we're doing here around the homestead. So very much appreciate the support as well, because without you guys here, I would not be here. So it really does make a big, big difference. So, but another drink real quick because I'm patched. And she has settled down. She's right here. So she didn't go away. So anyway, guys, remember, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. It is a tool they use to keep us fighting amongst each other so that we will never deal with the true problem, which is big business and the government, which both are trying to control every aspect of our lives. Think about it, right? So if we can come together as human beings, we can accomplish anything that we set our mind to, and it can happen. It really, really can. So also, guys, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do in life, doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever goals or aspirations that you have. If you set realistic, achievable goals and then set about to making them happen, the only person that's going to stop you from achieving those goals is going to be you. That's it, nobody else. So if you stay positive and you stay away from negative people, stay away from people that tell you what you can accomplish because it's up to you. So cut them type of people out of your life because they're not worth it. If you surround yourself with positive people, positive things happen. If you surround yourself with negative people, negative things happen. So just have those goals, make them happen. And when people tell you that, oh, you can't do this, that won't work, this won't work, all you got to tell them is the same thing I always tell everybody: watch me. And every time I've said, watch me, we've accomplished that goal. And then what can they say then? They can't say anything because you did exactly what you said you were going to do. Um, you know, it's just like the pavilion. We knew that we needed to get that squared away because for our being down here and working together as a group, we needed a place to get out of the weather, some place where we could warm up. Now this winter, we were out of the weather, which was nice. It wasn't as warm as we had hoped it would be because it wasn't buttoned up enough, but we just did that with this last get together. We got that buttoned up a whole lot more, and you can already feel the difference in there. So, like I said, again, setting those goals, let's get this done, let's get that done. And, taking your time, it doesn't have to happen all at once, and it'll come together. So, anyway, guys, please be safe. Uh, and all about the negative people got family that are so negative it isn't even funny, and it's best to stay away from those type of people. So anyway, have a great night, everybody. Keep prepping, take care of your business, and you're going to be fine. Okay, just do what you can do. Have a great night, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse One out for now.